Hi, this video here is for the Sweetest Remedy by Jane Igharo. It's her sophomore book. I believe the first book, yes it was, The Ties That Tether. And in this particular book we have Jane is the author. We have Hannah Bailey, who gets a chance to meet her Nigerian family, but it wasn't under the best of circumstances. In fact, Hannah was raised by her single mother. Her mother is white, but she knew her father was Nigerian, and she only met him once. But she wasn't raised with him. She wasn't raised by him, but he did support her mother and herself as far as child support and things of that nature, her college, her education, all of that. But now, I'm trying to hold my tripod still because my cat's hitting it. Now, Hannah is an adult and she's at a party, at like an office party. She's in San Francisco and she meets a guy and his name is Lawrence, and they kind of hit it off, but she receives a phone call and he receives a phone call, and the phone call that she receives is, your father has died and the reading of the will is going to take place and you have to be in Nigeria and you have to meet the other part of your family. We'll talk about why Lawrence got a phone call in a moment. So now she has to go to Nigeria to meet this family, and they consist of two half-sisters, a half-brother, her father's actual wife, even though her father had an affair with her mother to produce her, and I believe the father's mother, the grandmother. So these are the family members that she's going to meet. But she's also going to meet somebody named Lawrence, and she's also going to meet an attorney. Now, who's Lawrence? Well, Lawrence is the man that she ran into in San Francisco, but now she meets him in Nigeria. So that's a coincidence. Is he a son or a half-brother? And goodness gracious, she hopes not, because they hit it off, or they would have hit it off if they weren't called away from this by this phone call. So Lawrence has a role in the family. No, he's not her brother. That much is not a spoiler, but he is the other half of this romance/women's fiction story that I'm telling you about. So when she gets there, she has 7 days to spend in Nigeria in order to get whatever her inheritance is in the will, not only for her benefit, but for her half siblings and for her father's wife. What do all of them, and Lawrence, what do all of them get in the will? Now, it's not easy for her. As a matter of fact, when she was growing up, and even at that party in San Francisco, people would say, what are you? I mean, you're not black, you're not white. Are you Mexican? Are you what? People didn't know what she was. So she already had a hint of that racial tension growing up. But now she's thrown in with this Nigerian family looking nothing like them. And so she's not fitting in, at least with all of them. She does fit in. A couple of them do accept her, but the most of them do not accept her. So Lawrence being there makes her trip easier. And now she has to deal with the conflict that arises based on her relationship to her half siblings. And it's easy to see why one sibling, as far as like her half sister, accepts her and one doesn't. Then there's her half brother, and he's a cocky teenager or young man. I think he's about 20. Why is he so cocky? How does he feel about Hannah? And how did he feel about his father? So it's a very, very, I'll say dense family drama. Dense because the tension is very thick. The tension is there between Hannah and her family, between the wife knowing that her husband had an affair. Then there's the fact that the father was kind of like a chief, not fully a chief, but recognized as an elder in the community where they lived in Nigeria. The family's name is Jolades. I thought I had written I did. I wanted to see if I wrote the village. It's Banana Island. I just wanted to see if I had written that down. So how does this family, it's a very affluential family, so how does Hannah fit in? What's going on with her siblings? Really, really good drama. For it to be the author's just her second book, I thought she did a fabulous job. I loved it. I love reading diverse books by authors, people of color, and featuring characters that are people of color and people of color who are affluential, you know. And it was just a really, really good book. I loved it. I like the fact that Hannah had to decide what culture, where she stood. Was she white? Was she black? Can she accept being mixed? What is it about Nigeria that kind of pulls to her, the Banana Island, and about this family? Really, really good book. It was by Berkeley. It comes out on the 28th, so I will post this video on the 28th. I'm filming it early, but I'll post it on the 28th, and hopefully you'll check it out. It's called The Sweetest Remedy, and of course the book cover would have been up as an Amazon affiliate. When I link this in the description below, yada, 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 you know all that. You'll see it in the description. So that's it. Bye for now.